Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what you need to hear. I have set that intention with my guides and with this deck. So if you are here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has. I also have an oracle deck that I will pull from at the end to get any additional messages from Spirit. Be sure and like the video. Definitely leave a comment if you feel called to do so. And subscribe if you like the messages. All of the interaction really helps my channel to grow, but it also pushes the messages out there for others so that they can get them as well. So I really appreciate you guys doing that for me. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is very logical, right? Head over heart, but he does use his intuition as well. So he is very intuitive. But this is about taking a decisive action and then using that leadership from a place of like logic and reason, right? To kind of move things forward or to make decisions. And it can represent you or another person. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be, but it's about like listening to your intuition for messages that can guide you when it's time to take action, right? It's about like a power and authority and just trusting in your voice and communication, right? The situation is the Eight of Wands, speaking of communication. So the Eight of Wands is about communication. This is about fast forward movement and swift progress in situations or in communication, right? It's like movement and quick action. Like all of these wands are headed in the same direction, right? It's this smooth forward progress that is taking place here. And I feel like things want to speed up, things want to kind of move forward and like go with the flow, right? Like it's a need to for you to kind of go with the flow of things, and even when they're going very quickly, it is about you kind of remaining in that fast forward moving progress. So the blockage here is the Ace of Pentacles, and I always say that the aces are gifts from Spirit, right? So there's like this new stable beginning that is trying to come through, and it's trying to come through fast and like move forward into a new stable beginning. But I feel like with this resistance that there's an opportunity and you're maybe not seeing it, right? Maybe you're trying too hard to make something work, or you could be headed like in the wrong direction here, right? With all of these going in the same direction, maybe this is about you kind of needing to recalibrate. But it's definitely about like opening to the divine assistance, right? Like talk to your spirit guides, whatever your spiritual practice is, and then kind of ask them to help you see what is in front of you, right? Because I feel like there's something that you're not seeing here, an opportunity that's trying to present itself, and maybe kind of just relax and release a little bit of control. Because the King of Swords, like the negative aspect of him, he can be manipulative and controlling. So this could be about control. The root cause of this is the Empress, which is about sitting in that divine feminine energy, right? So the Empress is abundance, it is growth. She's that ultimate divine feminine energy where she sits in a receiving energy, and then she creates the world that she wants. She creates from a place of abundance and a place of receiving. So again, I feel like this is you needing to open to that divine feminine energy, kind of sit in that receiving energy and let things flow. Let this situation flow to you, right? Because you're either not seeing it or you're blocking it subconsciously in some way, right? Because you're focused on something else and you're not really realizing that this is trying to flow to you. Your creativity could be blocked because with the Empress, again, she is all about creativity. She's about receiving rather than taking action. And with that King of Swords, that's learning when you need to take action and then learning when you need to receive, right? So you have to be open for the opportunity, open to receiving. And then once it comes in, that's when you take the action. So I feel like it's just, being relaxed and trusting in the process, trust in your magnetism, right? And in your creativity in order to receive this gift that's trying to come into you. What is affecting this is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is like what's happened in the recent past that is affecting this situation. So the 10 of Pentacles is that grounded, stable energy. This is long term, right? So something within your family or like long term stability could have changed recently. The 10 of Pentacles is that generational wealth, right? Or like something built over time. It's not something that comes in like fleetingly, right? So this also has to do with family. There could have been like a challenging time within your family recently, and you're maybe needing to start over, and spirit's trying to hand you this new stable beginning, but you're just not seeing it, right? For whatever reason. It is a general reading, so you take it how it resonates for you. It'll be different for each of you. But again, it's like that the traditions and the wealth, and then building things over time, right? So things are instilled into us as children, right, throughout our childhood. So this could also have to do with like traditions. Like traditionally, maybe that's why you're not seeing it, right? Because it's not a traditional way of earning money, right? Like if you've always had a 9 to 5, or you have to, work for the same company for 30 years before it pays off, right? Like this may be an unconventional way for stability to come in, and that's probably why you're not seeing it, right? Because you're looking for more conventional ways of going about it, more traditional ways of going about it. So your higher self or your guides are giving you the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is about being assertive and um, asserting yourself in pursuit of your goals, and then standing up for those beliefs, right? Like standing on business, like this is what you want and you need to stand up for it, right? So, if this is like reading tarot, perfect example, right? Like this is a non-traditional path of stability, right? Like trying to maybe start some kind of business, maybe whether it's spiritually or whatever it is. Maybe it's, you want to be an entrepreneur, and you need to kind of stand up for these beliefs and know that this is going to come through, right? Trusting in your intuition and trusting that you can handle the pressure as you increase your success in what it is that your beliefs are, right? Defending your boundaries. Again, like if you have family members, friends that are telling you that you can't do this, this is you like really standing on this and really knowing that you can build this and you can have this new beginning. In the immediate future, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. She is very compassionate, nurturing. It's about your creativity again, right? More feminine energy. So sitting in that place of receiving. And then, she's very in touch with her emotions, very in touch with her intuition. She comes from a place of love, and she's able to create the life that she wants through love and compassion and using her intuition. So maybe you're focusing on developing your intuitive abilities, but this can also be about you kind of just opening up to having more compassion for yourself and coming from a loving place and opening up to your intuition, and just putting your love into everything that you do going forward, right? And your thoughts and feelings, we have the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands is about competition. It is about, tension. It can be about rivalry, right? So it's about healthy competition. So maybe you're feeling a little competitive right now. Like, again, if you're trying to build something here, maybe you feel like you are trying to compete with others. That could be, that 7 of Wands, like defending yourself here or really standing up for things. It's also like unfortunate, like annoying little delays and circumstances, obstacles that keep coming up, right? So you could be feeling a little annoyed, or just like there seems to be like little things that keep coming up. If you're taking on several things at one time, it can be really frustrating when you're not able to finish one thing at a time, right? So I feel like maybe you're just feeling a little tense, maybe uh, a little annoyed at obstacles that are taking place, but I feel like, that you'll overcome that very easily. In your environment, the influence here is the emperor. So the emperor is that masculine side, right? So we have the empress here, that is the root cause of this situation. And then you have the emperor. So maybe you really have been sitting back in this feminine, and now it's time to take the action, because that king of swords tells us to know when to take action. And then in your environment, the influence here is the emperor. So maybe now is the time to take some kind of action. You've been kind of sitting back in this empress energy and creating from, the 3D, using your intuition. And now it's time to act on whatever it is that this want, like really stand up for this that you are wanting, right? Whatever this forward movement is for you, right? This could be movement into a new job, movement into just a new way of being. Again, it's different for each of you, but I feel like now could be that time to take that action on things, like some kind of inspired action. And acknowledging, like, having that ambition and drive and power. He's about serving the greater good, not just yourself. So, and then, with both of these being here, the empress and the emperor, and then you have this queen and that king, I feel like there's a need to balance the masculine and feminine energy, right? Like really work with that, know when to take action, and know when to sit in that receiving energy. In your hopes and fears, we have the King of Pentacles. So again, wealth. I feel like money, stability is on your mind for some reason. So this could be about a job. This could just be like, a house, wealth, like wanting to build something very stable here. Whether that's a job or just your life in general. So the King of Pentacles is about wealth, generosity. He takes action with authority and with generosity, right? So he builds, again, that wealth over time, like this 10 of Pentacles. He builds that wealth over time. He puts in the work, and then makes financial decisions, and it requires your resources and the benefits of others. But I feel like you're really just hoping to build some kind of stable, grounded type of life or situation, right? Whatever this forward movement is, I feel like you want to move to a more stable and grounded type of energy. But I love how this progresses, because we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the gift from Spirit trying to come through, the new beginning. And then you move up to the 10 of Pentacles, which is like, what is in the forefront of your mind right now. And then this is the King of Pentacles. So you're kind of like progressing up, like you're hopeful to get into this King of Pentacles energy. And I really love that. I think that's a really good goal to work towards, is that stable, grounded energy. So the potential outcome is the Knight of Swords. This is like decisive action, taking some sort of action and charging forward on things. So I feel like you really are going to maybe see this very soon, because the blockage was that maybe you weren't seeing it. So I feel like maybe things are going to kind of come through here, and you're going to see them very soon. And then you're going to take some kind of, direct assertive action and really push forward through any obstacles, and then just, plow ahead through those obstacles, because you do have this 5 of Wands here in your feelings. So you may be feeling like there's competition and that you have these obstacles, but I feel like you're just going to charge through those, right? So my only advice with the Knight of Swords is just to be sure to not just plow through things and not read like contracts. If this is a job or some kind of business, you want to make sure that you're reading contracts, that we're not being too hasty about situations. And that we're really focused on the little details that you may need to put in. But there is like this swift move and energy and charging forward. So I really love that. You just don't want to be too pushy or aggressive in situations, like trying to force things forward, right? So let's see. What do they not see coming, Spirit? Does Cancer not see coming? So we have the 5 of Swords, King of Wands, and the Judgment. So the 5 of Swords is about arguments, conflicts, can be about like difficult conversations. that you're having with people. Conflict is unpleasant for everybody. Nobody enjoys it. I mean, very rarely. Um, but just being sure that you are choosing your battles wisely when it comes to certain situations and charging forward, right? Like if you're plowing forward in building something or trying to get progress, just make sure that you are, avoiding any kind of conflict or battles here. With that King of Wands, it's about seeing the bigger picture, right? And being able to get that bird's eye view of things that are coming in here. So with the King of Wands, he's that entrepreneur energy. So you very well could be starting a business. And this is about like being able to, again, see things from a broader perspective and being able to plan out into the future, into this 10 of Pentacles, right? Like building things over time and really building this business up. And then with the Judgment here, this is like a rebirth, an awakening, and like starting over, like this new beginning, and then leaving the past behind, right? So I feel like this really is you kind of overcoming this conflict, and then knowing when to choose your battles and seeing the bigger picture. Because is it worth arguing right now? Like, what's that saying? Like, is it going to matter 5 years from now? Like, to argue with people? If you feel like you have to defend yourself against people, that's perfectly fine. But arguing with people for the sake of arguing with people when they're not going to see your side really doesn't do any good, right? Sometimes you're just not going to agree. It's better just to go your separate ways and, not even have that argument. And then seeing things like from a broader perspective, like it's not going to affect you. Like this is your life, what you want to build. So, don't feed into those conflicts. But with that Judgment, like you are really just kind of moving forward and leaving the past behind. And this could be like a whole new restart, like a rebirth for you, right? And accepting things for what they are and then moving forward. So definitely fast progress. I mean, we have the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords there. So things are picking up really, really quickly. Like this is going to come in. This may be a new opportunity here that Spirit's trying to give you, coming in very, very quickly. Just be open to receive, with that Empress energy. With the Emperor, you could be like trying to control situations, right? And you're not seeing a new opportunity. So again, that balance between masculine and feminine, just use your intuition on when you need to take action and when you need to be open to receiving. I mean, you always want to be open to receive. But I feel like this, this whole new stable beginning is trying to come in here for you. So what advice do you have for Cancer Spirit? Awesome. So you have the Tower, the Magician, and the Queen of Wands. That's a very empowering statement from Spirit here. So the Tower is about embracing the change, right? Let go of things that don't serve you. Don't hold on to things that are not serving you. Move on from whatever these old situations were and keep moving forward. The Magician, you have all of the tools that you need, right? Air, earth, fire, and water. You have the wands, the swords, the cups, the pentacles. Like you have everything you need in order to create the reality that you deserve. And then with the Queen of Wands, she's very creative and ambitious, and it's that fire energy, right? Aries, Leo, Sag. She's just very fiery and heart-centered, and she takes action from a place of emotional intelligence, right? And it's passionate, heart-centered, and really kind of stepping into your power and then allowing yourself to take leadership in certain opportunities, right? In building a business or having this idea or working on this thing, right? Like it's just about asserting yourself and again like really standing up in that and knowing that your reality is going to rise up to match your energy, right? So this is about like embracing these changes and not holding on to things because you're creating your reality and then you're going to match that energy of what you want to create, right? So let go of old situations, let go of old belief systems, with the 10 of Pentacles, those beliefs that were instilled in you. We're breaking barriers. We're not staying stuck in situations and we're not staying stuck in mindsets. So I really love this for you. I think this is amazing, but there's definitely fast forward movement coming in here. Like I feel like things are going to pick up pretty quickly. Just trust your intuition when they do, right? So what else do you have for Cancer Spirit? So we have release judgment. Holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world and your path with clearer eyes. Yeah, this judgment card here, like a rebirth. Moving forward and leaving the past behind. Like we're not judging, right? Detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Wow, that's like sums up this whole rate. Like there's movement that wants to come forward, like control, and then needing to let go and embrace these changes, right? Like that's pretty much what this reading was about. Scattered energy. You have too much on your plate and have lost your focus. This is causing you to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. Prioritize your well being and create a new plan. Definitely take care of yourself. Self care is not selfish. Resolution. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. Absolutely love that for you. Definitely see that here. This new beginning, plowing through, charging through to this new beginning and overcoming any obstacles that you've been dealing with. Just embrace the changes that are happening, right? And really tap into that creative energy. So I really love this message for you. I hope that it helps, and I will see you next time. Bye.